Good evening. It is now 6 p.m., and I will call this October 1st meeting of the Select Board to order. If it all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first order of business is approval of the minutes from the meeting of September 13th. I'll entertain a motion. I was absent, so I will be abstaining.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve as written. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the September 24th meeting as written.
I'm going to abstain from that. I wasn't there.
That's you and I, John.
So moved.
And I will second. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda, approval of the warrants. I'll entertain a motion to approve general warrant number 1016 for $206,888.31. School warrant number 1015 for $83,538.21. And payroll warrant number 7 for $338,277.50.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Financial items, we have been certified in our free cash. The Finance Committee has met to determine the division of that. I think it was do you remember the number, 700 and something thousand? It was $700 and something thousand in free cash. 353 of that has to be reserved to balance the books according to the state. So we have the balance of that to appropriate. Let's see. Next item is old business, a designation of
Environmental certifying officer.
environmental
Certifying officer.
certifying.
It's for the
officer.
MVP grant.
Oh, for a grant, we need to do this?
Yeah.
So we're going to appoint Ashley. I'll entertain a motion to make Administrative Assistant Ashley Barry the ECO.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion to be had on that?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Under new business, for the appropriations of the free cash, we need to set a special town meeting for the fall. I've spoken to the school. The only date it's available is November 8th. So we'll be setting November 8th. It's a Friday night for a special town meeting in the school auditorium to appropriate the free cash. There'll also be a couple other items on the warrant that night. Specifically, the money from Green Gold is coming in, and we're going to need to set up a revolving account for that money so that it can be used as it was intended to be used under the host community agreement. So that'll be on the warrant. And if anybody else has anything that they need to get on the warrant, deadline will be, I think we have to have the warrants posted for at least 2 weeks. So October 15th, say.
Okay.
Next item. Oh, do I have to do that by motion? Or do we just set the date? I mean, that's the only day it's available, but I'll entertain a motion anyway to set the
I think
date
we
as
do have
November
to.
8th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded to make November 8th the fall special town meeting date. All in favor?
What time is that?
7 p.m. And I have an application for a one-day liquor license for the Lions Club's annual Apple Run Walk to be held at the Brookfield Orchards. It's a charitable event that's held every year. They're seeking a one-day liquor license on November 2nd from 11 to 2. So, I'm going to entertain a motion to approve a one-day liquor license for the Lions Club for November 2nd.
So moved.
Second?
And I'll also amend that motion to include a waiver of the application fee as it's a charitable event.
Okay. So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That's all set. One thing, I received word from the chief of police today. For those that don't know, our police department is on the cutting edge of new technology. They have a drone. Some may have seen it at the Toucher truck or flying it around. It's equipped with a FLIR, which is a forward-looking infrared device that detects heat signatures, and they can use it in different situations. And it was successfully deployed the other day by Officer Martin, who's the pilot. Lieutenant Daly and Jeff Martin are the pilots for this drone. They've gone to extensive training on it, and they're being certified by the FAA as pilots of the drone. And he successfully deployed it the other day and located a missing teen. So they're doing good things, and I'm proud of that. He's proud of it, I know that. So we'll get the word out to area departments that may need such equipment. Public comments, anybody? Anything? We good? All right, so announcements. Last week, we received a resignation from our plumbing and gas inspector. He's getting up there in age, and he's unsteady, and he is unable to safely perform his duties. How long's he been doing that? Do you know?
A long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
He's going to stay on for a reasonable amount of time until we can find a suitable replacement. So if anybody knows of an interested plumbing and gas fitter, I guess, would you have to be
You
licensed?
have to be licensed, yeah.
And then you can become the inspector. We'd greatly appreciate any input. Anybody
Do
may
you
have.
have an assistant?
I don't know if he does, but
Sometimes the assistants-
Bergeron? Does that
Jim
sound familiar?
Bergeron?
Jim Bergeron, he's interested.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
oh, he's interested. Is he
He
Is he the
emailed
assistant?
Tara. He's the assistant now.
Oh, okay.
he's
Good.
in Spencer, isn't he? I think he's from Spencer, yeah, but I've worked with him before. Seems like a good guy.
Well, that's
No,
good.
if he's interested, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we certainly thank Mr. Bouchard for his years of service to the town as the plumbing and gas inspector. I wish him well, and hopefully find a replacement soon. Foliage letter. John, you want to read that? Foliage.
From the Office of the Board of Selectmen, dear North Brookfield property owner. The Board of Selectmen wish to advise all property owners that all foliage, trees, bushes, shrubs, etc., must be kept trimmed back away from roadways and sidewalks, and tree limbs should be no lower than 8 feet when hanging over the road or sidewalk. This is to ensure the safety of the residents and employees of the town. Before the Highway Department clears these obstructions with their equipment, the Board of Selectmen would like to give property owners an opportunity to prune or cut back any foliage so that it is aesthetically pleasing to the property owner. Any foliage that does not meet the above standards needs to be pruned by the property owner within 30 days from the date of this notice. After 30 days, the Board of Selectmen have authorized the Highway Department to trim any foliage that hangs over or encroaches onto any sidewalk, town sidewalks or roadways. If you need assistance in getting your property up to standards, please contact the Highway Department at 508-867-0213 or the Board of Selectmen at 508-867-0200. We appreciate your cooperation in this effort to keep North Brookfield safe and beautiful.
It's, so people understand, the highway department has a big rotary cutter, and if they come up and have to cut back the trees and the shrubs, it's gonna look horrible because it's just very rough cut. So, if you care about the facade of your house on town property, clean that up before they come around with it. Anything else on that?
Well, the reason this came about was because the snowplow for the sidewalks cannot get down some of the sidewalks because of the low-hanging branches and also the bushes that are hanging over. There's a lot on Grove Street, Forest Street, a lot of the roads in the center of town. The people can't walk them because the sidewalks are very narrow. So this is one of the reasons. It's more for safety than anything else. So we'd appreciate your cooperation.
Excellent. Next, letter from the water department for flushing the water mains.
The North Brookfield Water Department will be flushing water mains throughout town beginning Tuesday, October 8th, 2019 through Saturday, October 26th. The purpose of the flushing is to remove sediment buildup in the mains. The flushing may result in temporary discoloration of the water caused by small particles dislodged during the flushing. This discoloration might stain your laundry, especially white materials. Flushing is performed between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. We post our daily flushing schedule on the North Brookfield Water Department Facebook page. If you would like additional information, please call the Water Department at 508-867-0207.
Next, we need to announce that the Friends of the Townhouse are going to clean out all the clutter.
Stuff.
Years of
Stuff.
years of piled up this and that. So that will be taking place on Saturday, October 19th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. They're looking for volunteers that might want to help that day. The Friends will have a large dumpster for trash items, but there's also a lot of useful items that remain that the town no longer needs or wants from that space. So, what was the date we were
In all
gonna?
likelihood, the Saturday before, but we haven't decided that for certain yet, but we'll be advertising it.
Okay, so we'll announce a date that people from town can look at what's going to be disposed of by the Friends and decide if you want them. There's a list here of some of the items. There's a safe, there's a lot of chairs and folding tables, wooden podiums, there's some old artifacts that may be of interest to some people. Let's see, some desks,
Plywood.
yeah,
all
plywood.
sorts of wood, boards and.
Bum, bum, bum. There are some records that we'll have destroyed and shredded. Filing cabinets. So there are some things that are of interest to people or maybe of use to people. So we'll announce when that will be available for people to look at and decide if they want to acquire any of those items. But the clean out is going to be October 19th. And if you are interested in helping out, there's a sign-up thing here. I sign up to the cleanup. Haston Free Public Library, you can sign up. You can sign up at the townhouse, the town offices, see the town clerk or our administrative assistant, and here at the senior center. Anything else to add to that at all? Um,
I'll sign up, Jim, how's that?
Just maybe mention again if there's any town departments that are listening, if they haven't gone through
Yeah, if any town department has material in there that they want for their department, you have until October 19th to remove it, or it will be removed for you. Okay. Letter from the Mass Association of Conservation Commissioners regarding John Turner. John, you want to?
What do you do? Local resident completes Conservation Commission Certificate Training Program. The Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissions, MACC, announced that it has awarded John Turner, associated with the North Brookfield Conservation Commission, a Certificate of Achievement for successfully completing 8 units of MACC's Fundamentals for Conservation Commissioners Certificate Training Program. The Fundamentals program provides conservation commissioners and others with the basic knowledge and practical tools essential to carrying out many responsibilities of administering the Wetlands Protection Act and for open space planning and protection. Such training promotes sound, consistent, fact-based decision-making and builds respect for commission determinations. MACC's training program is the only comprehensive program offered to those involved with the Wetlands Protection Act and open space planning. By achieving his certificate, John has shown dedication to the good work of the Conservation Commission to protect our natural resources for current and future generations. MACC is a nonprofit environmental organization founded in 1961 to support, educate, and advocate on behalf of conservation commissions. MACC works for strong, workable, science-based laws and regulations regarding wetlands, other water resources, open space, and biological resources. MACC offers educational programs throughout the state. Call MACC at 617-489-3930 or visit www.maccweb.org for more information.
Excellent. And congratulations to Mr. Turner. The achievement. Next announcement is the North Brookfield Cultural Council seeking grant proposals. Want to do the Reader's Digest version?
I'll do my best. Proposals for community-oriented arts, humanities, and science programs are due October 15th. The North Brookfield Cultural Council has set October 15th deadline for organizations, schools, and individuals to apply for grants that support cultural activities in the community. This year, the North Brookfield Cultural Council will distribute $5,700 in grants. Previously funded projects include Theater Guild of North Brookfield, Family Fun Day by Friends of North Brookfield Playground, Friends of North Brookfield Townhouse Media Presentation, St. Joseph's Family Fair, Sundays at Wendemouth Meadow, Ed the Wizard, and Ukulele Workshop, and more. The council looks forward to considering and choosing this year's worthy proposals. The webpage is www.massculture.org/North Brookfield. It outlines the priorities of the proposals on the website. This year's applicants must apply electronically at www.massculture.org/North Brookfield. If you do not have a computer, please visit the Haston Free Public Library or your local library for assistance, or call Laura Dusty, who's the NBCC chair, at dustyl@lpsma.net if you need to make other arrangements. The deadline is, again, October 15th. The North Brookfield Cultural Council is part of a network of 329 local cultural councils serving all 351 cities and towns in the Commonwealth. It's the largest grassroots cultural funding network in the nation, supporting thousands of community-based projects in the arts, sciences, and humanities every year. For specific guidelines, again, you can go to massculture.org/North Brookfield or contact Laura Dusty at dustyl@lpsma.net. And Laura's been working on that for quite a few years now. So, good for her for stepping up. If you're interested in any of those grant opportunities, please contact them. And that's that.
Excellent. Can we put that on the
It's
town's
on
page?
the website.
All right, so it's on the town's webpage if you need the contact information and numbers. And then lastly, there are some Charter Spectrum announcements. Around October 19th, ESPN Classic will no longer be available on the channel lineup. On October 31st, Disney Family Movies On Demand will cease transmitting. On October 15th, Fox College Sports will cease transmission. And then there's some increases to the different levels, which you can probably get from Charter Spectrum, but there's pricing adjustments from 49 cents for a receiver up through $7.50 for the different Spectrum tier levels.
Do you know if they ever added those back roads, like the old West Brookfield Road?
Into Charter?
Yeah.
I don't, no.
Yeah, because years ago we talked to them and they were supposed to add them, but I guess they're supposed to add them if they would sign up for like so many years. But then because it was a lot of work to add them, you know, the construction and whatnot, they wanted to charge the people anyway. And now we're losing some channels, right? And the prices are going up.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna
something
miss
to
them.
something to think about later.
Yeah, yeah.
What, John?
I'm gonna miss them. My antenna still works fine.
Old school. You go out and crank it every day,
I
right?
have to warm it up, yep. Yep.
All right, anything else? That's all I have on the agenda. Anybody? Anything? All right, nothing further. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.